in your year, but I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to fall, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before, I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world was brought you down to your knees. That I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Well, me and Flynn have been friends since, I don't know, year 9, but I think most of you guys would actually call me your sexual partner. We share a distinct bond there, but what about you, Tommy?
Well, I know her from uni and through Mitch, so I guess you could say we're uni dominators, firstly, and then secondly...
Hey, I'm part of that.
Secondly, I guess we're friends as well, so...
Who's answering the topic before
She's
we
looking
start?
at you.
Both of you!
Who's
Okay,
answering?
Nick, you answer first, and then Giz can follow.
Can Giz answer first?
Giz can answer
Alright,
first,
what's
and
the
then
question?
you can follow. For fuck's sake. How do you know Flynn, and what's your relationship?
Knew Flynn from high school, and he's my mate. Alright, next question.
Mitch?
She answered.
Let's answer the question.
I know Flynn from uni. I'm not looking at this. I know Flynn from uni and basketball. That's about it.
Since year 7.
High school, I don't even remember. Chemistry, maybe?
Chemistry. You were in chemistry.
High school. Here? Yeah, here. For Burnsy and I, we met actually from not a friend, but bloke Cameron Morris. Yeah, we met Flynn from a bloke Cameron Morris. They were good mates at the time, yeah.
Probably best mates, to be honest.
Yeah, you couldn't separate those two guys.
All through high school, really, it was frustrating. You couldn't see one without the
Yeah,
other.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
But you, Tim?
Yeah, look, met him back in year 7. This was before he was really good friends with Cammy. But I think I saw him for the first time with Bo. And towards the end of year 7, it sort of became, you know, Stephen Crom and Cammy he would associate himself with.
The group of 3.
Yeah, that's what they used to be known as. It was awesome.
Flynn's my best mate, and we went to school together, high school, and now I work with him on the weekends at his dad's butcher. It's good.
He's one of my best mates. As Jason said, went to school with him and do everything with him pretty much.
Flynn is my best friend.
I think my first memory, well, that I can actually remember, so that's a memory, is being in, what was it, Infotech, and we always used to stooge each other on see who could sit next to Steve Crom, so you'd make sure all the other seats were taken, and that was pretty much the main thing I remember from first meeting Flynn, was he was a fair dog.
First time I met him was probably first day of uni. Probably the only thing I remember is he was just an asshole to anyone he didn't know.
First memory would have to be I saw this tall, white, pasty-looking nerd dude going, walking everywhere, just touching ceilings and shit. Yeah, I wasn't really friends with him at the start.
The first time Flynn was next to you, it was like opposites.
My first memory with Flynn was on Year 7 Camp Rumbug. We were in a line together waiting for some activity to do, and I was with Tim, and Flynn came up, sat next to us, and he introduced us together, said, "This is Flynn, Jason, Flynn," and that's my first memory of Flynn.
My first memory is in Year 9 art class. It's Lawson's class, I think it was, and I think he was getting in trouble for mucking about in class, and him and Mitch.
My first memory of Flynn is from about when we were in grade 5, and he used to play tennis with Adam, and he used to wear he wore, my memory, a white shirt with a red stripe, and he wasn't abnormally tall.
It's a bit hard for us since we've known him our whole life, but one memory I do not really recall, but I remember Mum telling us about, because Flynn was the first child, he got a bit jealous when I came along being the second child, and he used to hide my teddy bears and actually me one time, locked me in Mum and Dad's room, shut up Ashley, and left me there. And Mum would say to Flynn, "Where's Bibby gone?" Because they used to call me that. And he'd go, "Bibby gone, she's gone." Like, he just left me in the cupboard, so that wasn't very nice, but it's a memory. Jordy?
My first memory would be we used to play on the couches and crawl around. Anyway, Flynn decided to kick me off once, and I just went for a little tumble.
Bye, Jordy.
Ash?
When we were younger, when Mum used to tell us to go to bed, we wouldn't.
Wouldn't?
We went into Flynn's room, all of us, and we played Crash Bandicoot, and Mum never knew about it until
And she'd
now.
come in the room or like sneak in and we'd like hide under the bed.
She didn't know.
Well, my first memory of Flynn was when he was born. I thought, oh my God, how big is this kid? He looked like a 3 months old when he was first born. Yeah.
And yeah, my first memory was exactly the same. When he was born, I thought, how on earth did I have that child? He was so big. He looked like he was much older than a newborn. And even the doctor said that too.
Tall.
Tall.
Tall. Tall.
Tall.
Tall.
Tall.
Tall. Tall.
Tall.
Tall.
I would probably say homosexual, wanker, and pretty loyal to his friends.
I'd say he's social, he's a bit of a butterfly, friendly and volatile. If he doesn't know you, he can hate you.
Racist, anti-religious, and very nerdy.
I got nothing. 3 words, man.
Shit ball.
Can you come a second to think? Send someone help me out here.
You had 2 weeks, man.
Tall, loud, and obnoxious.
Lanky? Just lanky.
Well, arrogant was one, yes.
Yeah, loving springs to mind.
Loving. Kind-hearted, definitely. Self-righteous.
Caring.
Really? Generous.
Forgiving.
Loving. Good bed buddy. Too far.
Tall?
Yeah,
Just 2 more.
Is he a friendly guy?
He's very friendly and very
Pretty tall.
vertical.
Okay.
Opinionated, vocal, and loyal.
I'd say loyal, aggressive, and confident.
Loyal, occasionally obnoxious, and extremely supportive.
He has a good sense of humour. He's rather obnoxious, and he's very smart. Jordy?
I would say he's controlling, he's demanding, and loyal. Sister.
I'd say he's very, very protective. He's smart ass, and I forgot it. He is stubborn.
Intelligent, assertive, and very impatient.
He tends to be a bit obsessive. He becomes obsessed with things. All of his life he's done this. He is very clever which we discovered in grade 5 when he started to do maths. And he, much to everybody's surprise, he's very quietly sensitive and feels for people but doesn't let people know it.
Favourite thing about Flynn, yeah, just fun to be around, funny kid.
And I think that he's a very happy person. He seems to be happy all the time. He's motivated and he's just gorgeous. I love him.
I have heaps of favourite things about Flynn. Probably the biggest one is, as everyone's already said, how loyal he is. He'll stick up for me even when I'm wrong, which is quite often. Also, he's got a massive heart and he always makes me laugh.
Favourite thing about Flynn? Well, quality that I really admire in Flynn is that he's really intelligent. Probably one of the smartest people I know. Yep. So.
Mine would be is probably because he's not the most athletic person or coordinated. It makes me look 10 times better. So, that.
My favourite thing about Flynn is that whenever I stand next to him, it always makes me look more tanned.
One of my favourite things about Flynn is he's my walking music dictionary. If I need to know a name of a song, he'll got me back. You know, like that song with the 2 girls and the guitar and they're singing and stuff.
My favourite thing would have to be just his loyalty to his mates, and he's always got your back. He's always there for you. And he's always do anything for you.
He's loyal to everyone and he's funny.
He's absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's got a good rig. I mean, it's not big around the bush. It's fantastic. Pretty streamlined. Yeah, it was good. Funnily enough, he's a shit swimmer though. Yeah. Can't swim.
No, look, I love him. He's got no body hair.
It's good.
It's always so smooth, silky smooth.
It accentuates the chest, doesn't it?
The fact that he's not afraid to wear fake tan.
Yeah. That's it.
Despite being a bloke.
He's a modern day man. That's another thing I like about him.
Sensitive new age guy.
I always talk to him and he never actually listens to me. 3 weeks later he'll tell me, I'll say, I got a ute about 50 times, and then the next time I see him in the ute he goes, when did you get that? So yeah, he's a really good listener and I love it.
My favourite thing about Flynn would have to be he's really friendly to everyone around him, even though he could be an arse to anyone he meets. So yeah, he's actually a really nice guy.
Well, Flynn always treats me really nicely and he cares about my feelings.
Everyone
he always always asks me how's my day, and yeah, he always wants, yeah, he loves me. True story.
No, Flynn's always been nice. He's always stuck up for you. He's one of those guys who stick up for anyone he holds close to him.
When we thought we were really cool Viking school and we went to shopping town and he crashed into a parked car.
and when he put freaking laxatives in Cam Morrison's
I have a funny
beer
part of
at
that
schoolies.
story. And we told him it was Naomi Coffey's car and he like almost cried for like a week.
Well, it's a bit difficult, funniest memory of Flynn, because Flynn rather enjoys having the joke on someone else. I don't think he likes being that vulnerable. But there have been a lot of other funny times when the joke has been on someone else and Flynn has actually initiated it. Like the time when Tash thought the sun was the moon. That was interesting. Flynn thought that was pretty hilarious. He had a good laugh about that one. And what we used to with the penguins.
Yeah, when we were younger. There was a TV show on and there was only 3 penguins.
Yeah.
Flynn got the leader, Britt got the pretty girl one.
Yeah.
And I got...
Ash got like the dopey one.
Yeah.
I would get the milkshake maker.
Yeah, and what would happen is these 3 little penguins would drive around the city and they'd like, solve crimes and stuff like that. And Geordie, we'd always go to this milk store. And Geordie would be the old lady that served the milk, so we'd like, just sit Geordie on the hill, just stay there.
I'll probably stay there for like a good hour or so. Then I'd come back and get another one. I'm like, oh, there we go.
We'd go for a lap around the house.
Yeah.
And then we'd come back.
Yeah.
And he'd still be
there.
My friends.
we go again.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was funny.
I can't really think of one actually, because Flynn's always making sure the joke's on somebody else.
And yes, I agree with Gary, but at one stage of his life he did find a bone in a banana and hasn't eaten them since. That was probably when he was about 6.
Me and Flynn have heaps of memories which are us laughing at other people. The funniest one was when we had a house party here and Flynn broke the glass, but he made Crystal take the blame, and then we told her the next day, we were messaging her, well, I was telling her it was like $1,000 glass my dad got from France, and me and Flynn were like, she was like freaking out, and me and Flynn were like hysterical. It was like the funniest. It was not very funny now, but it was funny to be there.
Okay, probably the one story that springs to mind was I confirmed it with Amy. I spoke to Matt McLaughlin actually, who was at Mitchie's last night. Brought up one of the Halloween stories and managed to put together that it was in year 8, the one at mine.
Story going nowhere.
I'm working into it.
It's a long story.
Let's get a wall.
No, it's coming back to me. And
greatest storyteller ever.
Hold on.
You need me to help you out. I wasn't even
gonna
there.
need your car.
So far it's Halloween in year 8. Matt McLaughlin.
You know who I needed with me? Matt McLaughlin from last night. That's why it would have been so good doing it last night.
So you went the
But
same way.
anyway, we're not there. So. Halloween, year 8, Matt McLaughlin. Go.
No, hold on.
Do you want us to tell us what you think?
Yeah, you guys tell your made-up story first.
Is this on there? I really want this to be on there.
Can we just get outtakes of him really struggling?
Yeah. Cut it back to Tim struggling. That was good.
So the funniest memory I remember was Flynn is we went to the Half one night, many funny nights there, and it was about 11 o'clock. Flynn's just plastered, can't stand up, he's outside throwing up everywhere on cars and just disgusting, and I had to take him home, just me. So we got home about 11:30, barely stand up, and we couldn't get into the house. So we're trying to find a way to get in, can't find it. And if anyone's been Flynn's house, we went back to research. And if anyone's seen Flynn's window, it's like about a good 4 or 5 metres high. And it was slightly ajar. So Flynn's, as he's really plastered, trying to give me a boost so I can squeeze in this little teeny window. We eventually get in, and for some reason I start undressing Flynn, and
I like where it's going.
I tuck him into bed, and yeah, that's it.
Can you tell the rest of it's X-rated, obviously?
It goes a bit blue after that, yeah.
There wasn't a spare bed, so we did have to spoon, but yes, that's my
Couple
story.
of dozen couches.
That was terrible.
Terrible.
Those were great climbs up and just runs up.
Just goes straight in.
It was a lot better than what it sounds. It was very funny. Okay, you're next. Yeah, no, this one's a true story.
Right, yeah, look, we call this one the perfect crime. For years since high school, we'd go out sort of drinking, and me and Kia can sing like this, and we had keep up with us. There was nights when we'd go out there and just sing disgustingly large amounts of beer, and Flynn's probably really no better than Hayden. So those two were drinking partners, and he's graduated to us 3, I guess. Playing in the big leagues.
Pace car, beer man,
Tim. And sure enough, we noticed when we'd go out, he'd always sort of duck off to the toilet.
Yeah. Intervals every about an hour or so.
Yeah, and sort of he'd come back refreshed, but every second time.
He had a weak bladder as well.
Yeah, look,
he
used that excuse definitely, and he sort of come back, and there was always something slightly different about him. Could never pick it up, but. And so Adriel, I'll let him pick up. He's followed him to the toilet one day.
Yeah, and I went into the toilet and I see Flynn there throwing up, just throwing his guts up everywhere. And I'm like, okay.
What's this? He was travelling so well.
Wasn't Flynn outside just before? Hang on.
Two
Flynn's? What's going on here?
So go back out. What happened?
He's gone out, and you know, he's mentioned it to me, and things didn't add up because he was looking good not long ago. So we followed him back into the toilet, and you know, it was like we're seeing double. We've got in the cubicle, you've got him squeezed in there, and it turns out Stephen Crom's squeezed in the cubicle as well. And they've been running this double play, switching.
Where they switched clothes, switched shoes.
For a while there, they were that similar, weren't they?
Yeah,
really
well,
couldn't
honest
sew
to
them.
God, the rigs.
The body double.
So he's been running the Crommy
That
body
hunched
double.
over sort of.
These guys were best friends in high school, and
they
it
were.
turns out he's you know, Flynn's broken out, he's crying at the time, and he's told us everything for the last 3 or 4 years. He's been using Stephen Crom as a body double, and
so basically, Crommy takes his place, sinks about 7 pots really quickly.
Flynn's out the back vomiting, and then he comes back in and drinks with us, and he's been doing that just because he's
For as long as I can remember. I know.
Can I ask, why was Flynn vomiting? Not that there's a loophole in this story.
Because he's a lightweight.
But you said that Cam sunk 7, but did Flynn...
Crom.
Crommy.
What happens is Crom sits there. Crom looks exactly like Flynn.
Yeah, no, I understand that
so
part.
Flynn has about 3.
Okay.
The story.
Okay, sorry, so Flynn drunk first. Okay, I'm with you.
For those of you,
I was
for people out there
confused.
who were drunk trying to watch it, or Danny, it was Crommy.
Give me attitude.
Yeah,
Slap you around.
Cam was at the start. Yeah.
Well, you were saying Cam's body double. That was what the whole story was, and then you swapped.
No, Crommy. We'll have to look back on this.
I'm editing all of this out. What?
This is really good.
Well, we need a second take.
No, Tim, now you have to go back to your Halloween story, okay? Year 8.
I'll be honest, the Halloween story's dying.
Matt McLaughlin and Halloween.
Okay, what I do remember was